This would normally be the part of the season where we go on winter break, but last episode we actually won our cup tie, meaning we move on to play the team that has 11-1 Rainbow Feint users. Scary thing is, that's only a partial exaggeration. Look at this. The real question is, where do I line up my centre back and where do I use this back three in general? Is that a clear shot? No, it's not. So I'll have to rainbow around this guy first, which I do. And try that again. Okay, we've got a chance. This is the closest thing to a chance we're going to get. Oh, never mind. Taking some big risks, but so far not getting bitten for it. Does this actually go through someone? That's unfortunate. Weird decision for them to not pass to one of the Rainbow Feinters, because they could have done that. They had enough time left. The irony is, for how strong Burton are, especially up front, we are dominating the stat sheet so far, albeit with a lot of attempts that haven't had a real chance of scoring. Not much more to say about this. Let's just hit and hope. Got the header this time. Okay, no, this is what I was afraid of. Even if we don't let him get to the keeper directly, we're playing with fire here. Okay, so far the luck is our way. In fact, Challenger can just dribble straight in. Wow. Although, ooh, bad idea for Kelly there. Hutchinson takes it. And I don't believe this. They've actually allowed us to just take this last turn instead of trying to take the ball back. So now Jerd has a chance to be the hero of the match, and that's exactly what he's done. Are we going to go on a giant killing spree this year? Hutchinson's specialization level. He is kind of old, but I wouldn't mind being able to get level 2 long pass a little bit earlier. We have been using long pass to good effectiveness. So here's the lineup for the return leg, rotating some different players in. Pelter comes on as a more defensive substitute for Hutchinson. Holy jumper clash, Burton. I'm going to have to use my away kit at home because both of their kits are yellow. Literally unplayable. Another corner kick. Burton's defensive line has not been particularly smart. Taking a bit of a risk here no matter what I do. I'm going to hold it with Bag. He's got decent control for someone who doesn't specialise in it. And indeed, they tried to tackle with both of them instead of having one press and the other tackle, and we kept the ball. Nice advantage afforded by central midfield. The three pressing, easy to underestimate. Maybe not so useful in the higher leagues when 15 points becomes less of a dent, relatively speaking, but for now it's doing us good. No choice but to just try and mark every passing option and force a play. Okay, they just give it to Kelly before moving on. Lofted pass. Works out for them in the end. They are going to have a shot. Oh dear. Ah, no, saved. Now, I will admit that that pass to Pelter on the previous turn was a misclick. I was hoping to survey the situation for a little bit longer, but I think it's all worked out, and I think at this point we have to kick this ball out. It may be a very negative way for me to play football, but I think it's the only thing we could do, considering the alternative was a completely disintegrated defensive line. Instead, we're going to see this off, and And that's exactly what has happened. We have slayed the giant that is Burton Albion. Oh boy, this cup run is producing some juicy fixtures. We have the Derby game coming up. Pretty good roll on the age and level from the youth academy. A lot of potential in this guy, especially depending on what skill he rolls. I wouldn't mind having a winger that I can bring in not every game, but in certain games against certain matchups. I would take cannon shot and I would start training control, so we would have a winger / penalty specialist. I think this also means that we jettison Wells, especially since we haven't really used him since buying him. We might as well bugger him off to the farm club. Another snow day then as we get ready to play Oxford, who still don't have a goalkeeper and have actually left this flank wide open, so that's pretty much a 3-goal. At least I hope it is. Well then, I knew that there was going to be goals in this game, but I certainly wasn't expecting that. Anyway, we got some upgrades to consider. We'll only need the -30 time with fellows skill-wise, but it's still a good idea for us to take it now. He's 31, not 33, so I think we'll have enough time to get level 2 of reaction. And we should be able to get the next specialization level for Jerd before he hits level 3 on cannon. So I think we just take EXP for now. And this is it. Nottingham versus Nottingham. Oh boy, that is too much nutmeg and too many raw stats for me to defend normally. Going to have to ask the back three to retreat here. Also, something I haven't done in this series yet. It would only cost 1 glory point for me to get level 2 cannon shot for this game. I think I'm actually going to do that, because if that gives us even a slightly higher chance of stealing this game, I'd like to take it. Huh, weird of them to shoot with their attacking mid, who doesn't even have that much accuracy, really. If our opponents do have a weakness, it's that they don't have a lot of tacklers in the midfield and the front. Their right back's going to have to come out for this one. And that opens up an opportunity for Jerd to take a cannon shot unhindered. I should have pressed. I can still press, but we're not going to win the ball. Oh, but a save from Fellows. Crucial save. I see how we score here. It's just a matter of getting this roll right, which we do. This next one is unhindered. Gets us to Jerd. Counter-attack. Goal. Extraordinary start to this game, but now we have to deal with their kickoff. And, yeah, they have got a lot of weapons to beat us still, but they're not using any of them. They're making Draco look silly with that pass. He's got so much. I don't know why they keep shooting with Waghorn. Oh, Binns comes up with the ball. I thought for a moment we would have had a chance to shoot with Jerd, but no, he's intercepting the pass. I think we have to go back to negative play and just kick this thing out. Because Binns is still motivated. So of course he doesn't win the fight. He lofted it to there, and yet the spill was over there. We still ended up with the ball somehow, but that's weird. And that's game set. We have an advantage, and we didn't give them the away goal either, so this cup run could go even further. And this Cinderella run of ours is starting to attract enough fans to justify upgrading the stadium, so goodbye park bench, hello actual stand. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing that new stadium in this episode, but you have seen it in the playthrough before. It's the one that has the hot dog stand. Blackpool, not great, not terrible. Could easily see this game going either way. Let's hope it goes our way. Oh, it's Delbridge out there. I didn't put Hutchinson on. Would have much rather had Jerd on this side, but didn't think about that until it was a little bit too late. If I force them to tackle with the left back, Jerd would be in cannoning position, so I think I'm going to try that. Okay, that's gone as planned, so the second stage of the plan would be to have Draco get the ball somewhere. Just a little bit worried there for one moment. Somehow that doesn't get intercepted by their centre-back, which is why I let Trivett take that. Hutchinson was tired after the cup game, which is why I wanted to save him for this second half. Let's go get this dub. Challenger's on the pitch now too, which means it gives us a slightly better chance of scoring straight off the kickoff. Oh, wow. You never see that. Don't really have a way to turn that into a score. This is looking like a draw unless something strange happens. We have at least managed to tire out most of their playmakers. And this guy can't make a pass either. Allow me to rephrase. He can make a pass, just not the pass they needed at that exact moment. At that point, I just had to play for the draw. We're still getting a point against one of the highest ranked teams in the league. So, it's not a loss. I'm actually going to end the episode here. This longer cup run we're having means that I want to split the second half of the season into 3 episodes. We're 6 points clear of relegation now and have a 1-0 lead in the quarterfinals.